They say if you hear someone calling your name in Utah's canyons, don't answer, because out here, sound travels in ways it shouldn't, and the voice calling for help is never the person you think. Hit like if you want more true desert nightmares. And welcome to Haunted USA Tales. My name is Ranger Colt Mercer, and for 8 years I've worked night patrol in one of Utah's most unforgiving desert parks. 2 million acres of sandstone canyons, dead-end ravines, petroglyph walls, and long-forgotten trails that vanish beneath shifting sand. People think national parks are peaceful at night. They're not. They're alive, humming, breathing, listening. But what happened in 2021 still follows me. It started on a Wednesday, quiet night, clear sky, temperature dropping hard, around 33 degrees. Around 12:40 a.m., I was doing my usual loop near a region locals call the Hollow Spine. Towering curved cliffs that echo even the faintest whisper. I was halfway up the dirt access road when I heard it. A child's voice. Small, soft, close. Mister, can you help me? I froze so fast the gravel under my boots skidded. The voice drifted from the canyon to my left, where there were no trails, no campsites, no access roads. A child shouldn't have been out there. No one should. I swung my flashlight toward the canyon mouth. Nothing. Just wind. Sand. Stone. I radioed HQ. Dispatch, this is Ranger Mercer. Possible child in the canyons near Hollow Spine. I'm going to investigate. HQ responded normally, but before they finished speaking, I heard my own words come through the radio again. Same tone, same pace, same cracks in my voice. But the second version wasn't coming from HQ. Came through my own radio a half second after I spoke, repeating me, in a childlike whisper, possible child in the canyons. My body went rigid. The static hissed loud. Then everything cut to silence. The radio dropped dead. I called out toward the canyon. Hello? Can you hear me? The response came instantly. Mister? Can you help me? Same voice. Same distance. No echo. That was the part that hit me. In Utah's canyons, everything echoes. Even your breathing bounces back at you. But this voice didn't. It was flat, dry. Like the sound wasn't hitting the canyon walls at all. Like it wasn't coming from any direction, just appearing in the air around me. I took a few cautious steps toward the canyon rim. Mister, please help me. The voice sounded exactly the same. No louder, no closer, no angle, just there. Then I heard something that made every hair on my arms rise. Behind me, 10 feet away, footsteps, gravel crunching, slow, deliberate, matching my breathing. I spun around with my light, nothing, but the footsteps didn't stop. They circled me, careful, patient, like something trying to understand me. Then the breathing started. A low, rattling inhale, a wet, uneven exhale, right behind my right ear. I turned fast, again nothing, but my radio crackled back to life, and through the static came a perfect mimic of my own voice. Colt, come find me. Not a child's voice anymore. Mine, twisted, bent, wrong. I backed away from the canyon and made for my truck. Every instinct screamed the same thing. Do not speak. Do not look back. Do not answer the voice. I reached my truck and slammed the door, hands shaking so hard I missed the ignition twice. As I started the engine, my headlights caught something in the dust. Small footprints. A child's. bare feet, circling my truck. Once, twice, 3 times, each print pressed deep into the dirt, like the child had been standing perfectly still until the very moment my headlights hit them. But the prints weren't right. They had 6 toes. Long, thin, almost claw-like. The middle ones were longer than a normal child's toes, sharper at the tips. I leaned forward to look closer. The footprints began and ended at nothing. No trail leading in. No trail leading out. Just a perfect circle around my vehicle. My radio beeped once, quiet but sharp. Then my own voice whispered through the speaker, "Open the door." HQ finally responded, but they sounded far away, like their signal had been shoved aside by something stronger. "Mercer, stay in your vehicle. Backup is en route." But the child's voice rose from the canyon again. "Mister, I found you." My truck headlights flickered. The engine dipped like something heavy pressed on the hood. Then came the tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Fingernails on the back window. I didn't look. Couldn't. I threw the truck into reverse and peeled out, gravel spraying behind me. But halfway down the access road, the radio hit me again. "Mister," a pause, then breathing. "You walked past me." I slammed the brakes, because that voice, that whisper, came from the passenger seat. I turned my head slowly. Breathing filled the empty seat. Not human breathing. Something lower, thicker, wet, hungry. Then the voice said, "Look at me." I floored the gas. Didn't stop until I reached HQ. When I stumbled out, 2 Rangers caught me before I hit the ground. All I could say was, "Something's out there." At dawn, we drove back to the site. 3 Rangers, 2 trucks. Daylight cutting the fear down to something manageable. But the footprints were still there. Perfect circle. 6 toes. Child-sized. Deep impressions, too deep for a child to make. The strangest part? The footprints were warm. The desert ground was freezing, but the prints felt like they had heat radiating out of them. Almost like something had stood there moments ago. The senior ranger, Ellis, crouched and whispered, "These aren't human." He didn't say it like a joke. He said it like a man who had seen something before. I asked him what he meant. He looked at the canyon and replied, "In these lands, some things don't walk on trails. They walk between them." I wasn't scheduled for night patrol anymore. HQ didn't want me out there until the investigation was done. But that night, that same night, my home radio scanned on by itself. A hiss of static filled the room. Then came the voice. Soft, childlike. "Mister, can you help me?" My stomach dropped. It had followed me home. But then it spoke again. Only this time, it used my voice. Every syllable perfect. "Colt, you walked past me." Silence. Then slow breathing, close to the speaker. Then a whisper that froze every part of me. "I found your house." The transmission ended. But 5 minutes later, someone knocked on my door. 3 slow knocks, exactly like the tapping on my truck window. I didn't open it, didn't breathe, didn't move. After a minute, something slid under the door. I picked it up with trembling hands. It was a footprint. One single dusty footprint. 6 toes. Child-sized. Still warm. I moved 2 states away. Quit the park service. Took a job that keeps me around people. Lots of people. But sometimes, late at night, when my house settles or my phone crackles or my radio glitches, I hear it. Mister, can you help me? And sometimes I hear my own voice answer back.